are 20 channel point IDs for your Twitch stream. Before we begin, I want to say I stream on Twitch myself on twitch.tv/Trui. Link is down below in the description. Also, don't forget to stream smarter, not harder. If you want to follow me elsewhere, you can follow me on Blue Sky. I know a lot of you are coming to Blue Sky right now, and I'm super active on there, so you can find me there. If you want to see other YouTube videos from me, besides from streamer support videos, I also make cozy gameplay videos where I recently started with. So if you like to see cozy gameplay videos, come to see my cozy gaming videos YouTube channel. Link is down below in the description. The first channel point ID is exercises. This can be anything. You can do squats, jumping jacks, planks, sit-ups. Anything that basically gets you going. Exercises, sports. Because people like to put points into the fact that you are suffering, but you're not only suffering, it's actually good for your health. So instead of sitting there for hours, you're actually getting some exercises in. So it's a win-win situation. The second one is lurking. So people like to announce that they're lurking, and a good way to announce this is by having a channel point reward. I would recommend just making this like 1 point or something really cheap, so people don't have to spend a lot of points on it, but they can just announce that they're lurking this way. The third ID is first. A command where people can just say that they're the first one. Again, I wouldn't make this one expensive. I would just give it a cost of 1 point if I were you, and make sure that if you set this first command up, that you set this command to be only once redeemable per stream, because you only want it to be redeemable by the first person that does it. Otherwise, the first command could have also been called hundredths. Fourth, change something in the stream, like camera borders. In my stream, people can change the camera border. I do have a video on how I do this, so I'll leave that here in a card above, so check that out if you want to change your camera border as well, like I do on my streams, but you can do this with anything. Change something in your stream with just channel point rewards, because that's fun, it's interactive. 5, posture check. I'm always gonna sit like a shrimp when I'm gaming, and you might recognize that. We all gonna sit like a shrimp while gaming, and it's good that sometimes people remind us to sit straight. So this is just a very practical channel point reward. 6, hydrate. Again, something to remind yourself that you need to stay healthy. And I know that we need to stream smarter, not harder, but we should also think about our health. And this way, we think about our health in a way that it's easy to still stream and think about our health. So it's easier to implement these things in our stream this way. 7, sound alerts with something like blurb. I do have a video on how to set up sound alerts. So basically, if somebody redeems this, an alert with a sound will go off on your stream. I've done this with the extension blurb. You can do this with multiple bots as well, but I recommend blurb for this because it's simple to set up. I have a video about this, so check this out. 8, make me dab. This is the only free time you see me dab. I don't like dabbing, and sometimes people redeem it on the craziest moments, but people like to redeem and see me dab. So yeah, thanks for that. 9 is unlock a VIP badge. People really love to be VIPs, and they love to unlock a badge for that. I would recommend setting the costs for unlocking your VIP badge pretty high, and I would also recommend setting a max amount of time that they will get the VIP badge for. For example, for a month or for a year, because you have a maximum amount of VIP badges, and at some point you're going to be full. You're not going to be able to add more people. So you need to make sure that you have a rotation of people, instead of that you can't really delete people out of your VIPs. So if you're going to say like for a month or for a year, then you basically setting yourself up for that you can get rid of the VIP badge again, instead of like promising them to have the VIP forever, because that is going to be a little bit tricky. 10, guide a raid. Guide a raid. What I mean with that is basically suggest where you're going at the end of your stream. So where is the raid going at the end of the stream? So choose another Twitch streamer to raid. Again, I wouldn't make this super cheap. I would make it a rather expensive channel point, because then you most of the time can choose yourself who to raid, but every now and then a viewer can choose who you're gonna raid. 11 is change the lights with Lumia Stream. A Lumia Stream is a program where you can change your lights with. So I have these lights in the back here, and if somebody follows, they're gonna flicker. And if somebody subscribes, they're gonna change color. So now this one is blue, it's gonna be pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue. And it's just gonna do that whenever somebody subscribes. You can set a lot of things that are gonna do a lot of things, but what you can also do is if somebody redeems a channel point reward, they can set it on a certain color. So you can say, we change it to yellow for a minute or for 2 minutes or for 5 minutes when somebody redeems a channel point reward. 12 is if you have animals, feed your animals something. Give them a little snack, give them a little bit to feed, or pet them or something like that. Do something with the animals because people love animals. People love interacting with the animals. 13 is muting your mic for a certain amount of time. You can either do this yourself manually by muting the mic for a certain amount of time, or you can set this up with a bot like Sammy or any other bot basically that can interact with your OBS. Mute it for a certain amount of time and then unmute it again. Maybe with a little visual on the screen that your mic is muted. Perfect. I think we were at 13, but I'm not 100% sure. Choose a game to play. Again, I would make this rather expensive because I personally like to choose the games I play myself. But it would be cool if a viewer gets to choose a game we play every now and then. So again, if you make it rather expensive, people get to choose it sometimes, but most of the time you get to choose which game you play. And I think that's best. 14 is do an accent or a language for 1 minute. So for example, I do speak Dutch as well because I'm from the Netherlands. So I can talk Dutch for 1 minute. Or I can get a little bit of a more Dutch accent in for a minute. I mean, I do have quite an accent, but I can have more of an accent for 1 minute. If you are, for example, American, you can try and do a British accent for a bit. Or if you're British, you can try and do an American accent for a bit. 16 is having a voice changer for 1 minute. You got multiple tools for this, but voice mode is a good tool for this. You can also use the Elgato software for this and have the VST plugins do all the work. But you can have a voice changer on for 1 minute, for example, and have your voice sound like a mouse or very low instead. Or maybe like a girl or like a robot or whatever. 17, suggest a poll. On Twitch you can run polls and it could be literally about anything. And a viewer can suggest where the poll should be about. Maybe what's the better starter Pokemon? Or, I don't know, I'm not that good at thinking about polls, but what's the better starter Pokemon, guys? Fire, water, or grass? What's the best starter Pokemon in general? Let me know in the comments. I think I lost my mind and I lost count of things because I think this is 17. Extend your stream for 1 more hour. So instead of like stopping the stream, you are gonna extend the stream for a little bit longer. Again, I wouldn't make this super cheap because you can ask a little bit more of yourself if you have to go for another hour. And you can set this to be only redeemed once a stream, so you don't have to go for 10 extra hours, but you can only go for 1 extra hour per stream instead. You can also make sure that this redeem is turned off on the days that you are not able to do this. So if there are days that you really don't want to stream an extra hour, make sure that you just turn this channel point reward off that day. Talking about longer streams, 19 would be a 12-hour stream. I would not recommend doing that stream then. But if somebody redeems that 12-hour stream, you can set a day to do a 12-hour stream. Again, I would recommend making this a very expensive channel point reward that people can look forward to save up for. And the last channel point reward, number 20, that I have thought of is a postcard. You can send a postcard to a viewer as the ultimate thank you for watching, because channel points are being generated by watching. If people subscribe, they generate them a little bit faster, but they're still watching and frankly, they're donating to you by subscribing. So they're putting some financial means plus their time in there. Or a lot of time. So people deserve some kind of thank you. And with a postcard, you can say thank you back. I just think that's a really sweet thing to do, sending a postcard. And who doesn't love getting a postcard? Those were my 20 channel point IDs. If you have another ID for channel points, let me know in the comments, because people are looking for channel point IDs right here, and your ID might be the thing that they're looking for. So definitely, if you come up with something else, leave it down below in the comments, please. If you want to see some more streamer support videos, I have a whole channel full. So let's improve your stream. Go into this playlist. Make sure that you subscribe right here to not miss anything. And you should think you're gonna like this video. So I'll see you there.